some football. You're the flash of thunder and a lightning strike. The storm in the field, sparks will fly tonight. We're charged and ready. The crowd goes berserk. Did you play your call? Time to go to work. You better get ready. It's going to get rough because Monday Night Football is powerful stuff. Come on and hit it. Come on and get ready. Are you ready for some football? A Monday Night Party. Yes, sir. The countdown to the kickoff has officially started. There's no neutral corner in this heavyweight fight. Oh, my loving friends are here for Monday night.
And rowdy, and it's going to get real rowdy in Houston tonight as Week 6 of Monday Night Football has hit. This week is we have the 2-5 San Diego Chargers matching up against the winless Houston Texans. Both teams are obviously smarting off the losses off of deafening losses last week, losing by 18 to the New York Giants of all teams, and the Chargers getting absolutely decimated by a frustrated and hungry Pittsburgh Steelers offense, 42-0. The Chargers are currently in possession of the second wild card. However, it could be interesting as this season really begins to take shape this late September evening out in Houston. The Texans' goal right now, just win. It doesn't matter how, they just need to win. As they go onto the field, in fact, it's a beautiful evening that they've actually opened the dome here at NRG Stadium. As you look at Osweiler, the first-year starter for the Houston Texans, started a few games under the Denver Broncos last year when Peyton Manning was sidelined. As the Chargers have won the toss and have elected to receive this evening. Novak on the tee. He's handling kickoff duties this year. He had a blocked, unfortunately, one of his kicks was blocked last week. And hopefully this one won't be any better. Oliver takes it out to the 23. That was definitely a solid shot. As out comes Phillip Rivers, the man with too many kids and fathering half of the Chargers fan base. Phillip Rivers, as he sets up shop at the 23-yard line. Tonight's uniform preview. The Texans have brought their all-blue kits to tonight's game. The Chargers have brought their all-white kits as Rivers overthrew that pass incomplete.
Melvin Gordon, the exciting young runner out of Wisconsin, well over 2,000 yards his last year with the Badgers. This is a guy who can catch it and run it. And the starting lineup.
As you look at the starting lineup tonight, brought to you by Gatorade for the San Diego Chargers. Rivers, handoff, Gordon. Jadeveon Clowney was there on the stop. As you look at the Houston Texans, who surprisingly have a low-key, powerful defense with guys like Jonathan Joseph, Kareem Jackson in the secondary, and the big landmine in J.J. Watt. 3rd and 10 from the Chargers 23. Connects to Woodhead, who stops for some reason 2 yards short of the first. Really not sure what he was thinking there or what his process behind that move was other than giving up a first down. As we're getting ready to get the punting unit on the field, looks like.
And now a punting situation after they completed the pass, but a little shy of the line to gain.
Still waiting for the punting unit. The ball is snapped. And see what Mumphrey is going to do from the 18 as he gets stopped at the 31. And as you look at Brock Osweiler, the Arizona State QB, a.k.a. John Elway's wet dream when he looks for quarterbacks. In terms of height, he was ready to set up shop at the 31-yard line. You best believe his Texans team is going to be pretty hungry to do anything against these Chargers. As Osweiler tries to scramble, he's moving around as he trips over his lineman and gets sacked for a loss of 2. Not sure what he was thinking there.
At all times, a quarterback has to be reliant on his internal clock and get rid of the football. The blindside shots are always the ones that
He's dancing around in the pocket. He's got Lamar Miller blocking him. And then number 97 just leaped on him.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
That's Osweiler. Hands it to Lamar Miller, who scrambles big time for some yards. Looks like there is a flag tonight, as it looks like it might be on. That one's going back. Yikes.
And of course, the defense is going to accept this penalty.
Yikes. That's all I'm going to say.
Long ways to go on
2nd and 22. Or you might as well just name it 2nd and parking lot as Lamar Miller goes up the middle again for a 3-yard gain this time. Really curious as to why they called a run play when they're so far back. It's like when you're moving and you carry 1 box at a time when everyone else is carrying 5 or 6. Like, really? Why would you do that, honestly? Osweiler looking in the gun as he overthrew it that time by a mile, incomplete. It was intended for DeAndre Hopkins on the play.
They tried their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play
As
down.
the punting unit is back out, looks like Shane Letchler, longtime punter for the Raiders. He's going to put it deep to Herndon, who gets
And down he goes, just shy, it looks, of that first down marker.
Excellent coverage by the
shut
punting
down
team, able to
approximately the
stop it after a very
48.
short game.
Sorry, the 46.
One to the right, one to the left of the QB.
It was Rivers.
And the give.
Takes it to Woodhead, who scrambles for about 6.
For the offense.
Everyone's looking for the big runs, the explosive runs, the 20 and 30-yard plays. But anytime you're picking up good yardage and setting yourself up on down and distance, offenses love that too.
So the offense ready for a 2nd and 4.
And
Shotgun formation.
Rivers in the shotgun. He's able to throw it incomplete. Looked like it was intended for. Couldn't tell who that was intended for. I think it might have been for. Actually, they're not going to tell us. So. This is like Battle of Hastings level of bad in terms of offense. A lot of just slugfests here on ABC. 3rd down and 4. Rivers drops back, fires incomplete. And we're going to see another punt. Looks like we're going to see another punt here by the Chargers, trying to pin the Texans deep in their territory. as Lambo will put it in the air and trap the Texans in their own in the 11. As they will set up shop at the 11-yard line with 1:41 left in the first quarter. Lamar Miller, left side, got a little bit of room, and he gets pinned in the 18.
And now we get a look at the offensive starters. Remaining here on second down. The tight end
2nd and 3. CJ Fiedorowicz shifts in motion. Osweiler gets murdered that time by a wicked sack by, I'm guessing, Joey Bosa. He is scary. Oomph is right, because they just got basically thrown back to their line of scrimmage at the 10. Osweiler drops back in the pocket, fires it deep, and it's picked off. Joseph Verrett picked him off as the Chargers will set up shop at the 30-yard line. Wow, that was a great play by the defense right there. As the Chargers set up shop in the weak eye. Gordon, left side, trying to go through the secondary. He blew through it like it was nothing. Touchdown, San Diego Chargers. That secondary was wide open as Annabelle Chong on that play. Wow.
And they ran out there and executed.
Great play right there by Melvin Gordon as he just shot right through that Texans secondary like a freaking cannonball out of a cannon. As Clemens, place kicker. And the reward for the world's shortest scoring drive for the Chargers goes to Melvin Gordon. So, Lambo getting the ball right there on the tee, getting ready to kick this one off. Everybody getting ready to kick this one in the air. As Humphrey takes it from the end zone. Humphrey tripped up down at the 27. Oh my God. Okay, 1st and 10. Osweiler. Lamar Miller says, I can do it too. Brought down at the 30. So the first quarter ends tonight here on Monday Night Football on ABC here in Houston. Chargers have the only points of the game, up 7-0 over the Texans. Here on Monday Night Football on ABC. Next week we're going to be on ESPN in Minnesota, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Coverage, as usual, will begin at 9 Eastern with kickoff, and 7 o'clock with Monday Night Football Countdown, and then continuing at 8 on ESPN. Monday Night Football returns to ABC Week 8 with the Chargers back home playing the Denver Broncos.
yards, and this crowd hasn't had a whole lot of offense to cheer for today. These two defenses have really showed up.
Either that or the offense on both of these teams has just been inept. Yikes. 2nd and 7. The teams have switched sides.
2nd and 7. Here we go now. 3-19.
Hopkins goes in motion. Osweiler lobs it. First down to the tight end.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route with the receiver. Worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football as the receiver turned around. The ball greeted him.
First and 10 from the Texans 46. That was a 16-yard gain. Osweiler again. Going to the air. Deep ball for the end zone. Incomplete. And it looked like it was intended for DeAndre Hopkins.
Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Second and 10.
As Lamar Miller goes virtually nowhere. It was a gain of about a centimeter. 3rd down and 10 for the Texans, who right now just want to win.
Defense has set themselves up nicely.
Defense is setting themselves up to 46. Osweiler fires it deep. Incomplete. 4th down and 10. It was Flowers that was there at the stop. 24.
Just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
They're unable to connect on the 3rd down pass, and now the punter comes out to boot it away.
So you're going to punt this one in the air here at the 46. Longtime punter Shane Lettler, who is longtime punter for the Raiders, as the ball bounces out at the 7. This could be fun. Just push the defense back even further, boys. As the Chargers are really deep in their own territory here as they set up shop at the 7. Rivers, Gordon, trying to go up the middle for some yards. It's about 7.
Brandon, that's a body blow type of a run. The type of run that if you keep getting them and accumulating them throughout the game, that'll really wear a defense down as we get to the 4th quarter.
So far, it really looks like all Lamar Miller's been doing on the running game tonight for Houston is just hitting a wall. I mean, Melvin Gordon at least had that explosive 30-yard burst at the start of this thing. Rivers drops, throws, and completes.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They tried their best to find someone open. They took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
3 yards to pick up the first here on 3rd.
3rd and 3. Rivers dropped way back. Screen pass. Gordon turns it into a first down for the Chargers.
There were a couple holes there, partner. Was that zone coverage?
That's exactly what it was, Brandon. When you see man-to-man, that defender runs with the receiver. In this case, they were just taking care of their zone coverages, their responsibilities on the field, and the offense found the open space.
So that was a nice screen pass there. So far, the Chargers have been relying on their ground games about as much as they did in the Battle of Verdun.
The defense here in a dime look. It's snapped from the gun.
Rivers taking it from the gun. Keenan Allen scrambling for some yards, second and inches.
Plenty of credit to the defense for not giving up the first down, but offensive coaches will tell their receivers.
Smart play there by Keenan Allen for really trying to scramble through, because so far the Texans really aren't. They just seem dead in the water right now. They've lost their first 5 games. Some in pretty painful fashion. Some by they just straight up got outplayed. See the Patriots game that they had here week 3. As Rivers hands it to Danny Woodhead for a pretty solid gain, actually. He's down at the 36.
The chains, the more first downs you pick up, better shape you'll be in as an offense.
Two tight ends set this time.
Chargers have brought both Hunter Henry and Antonio Gates on the field. Gordon goes nowhere as a flag is on the field. Looks like might be a holding call. Second flag of the night. Yep. It was on Antonio Gates.
The defense will accept this penalty and force the offense back.
Somebody please call Janet Reno, because I think I just saw Donato freaking drag Antonio Gates into a locker room closet. Holy cow. Wonder what he's doing in there. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Houston tonight on Monday Night Football. Game score currently is 7-0 San Diego. The Chargers obviously had that 30-yard explosion run on by Melvin Gordon on the Texans.
So a nickel formation here for the defense.
The Texans are in a nickel formation. Rivers fires it to Travis Benjamin, who slides and gets a gain of 15.
For the young defenders out there, when you're in zone defense, you have to know where your holes are and find where to adjust when the offense is ready to attack them.
As there you go. The Chargers still moving methodically down the field, really tiring out that defense.
Second and a short 2. Shotgun snap.
2nd and 2. Rivers trying to find a man, incomplete. 3rd down and 2 is all of his kids, aka the entire Chargers fan base, they're sending the stands go, "Go, Daddy Phillip! Go, Daddy Phillip!" I use myself way too much when I do these. So 3rd down and 2, minute 26. Rivers fires it deep to Melvin Gordon. So far, he's been quite productive tonight with 30-yard explosion and a pretty solid catch as he finally penetrated the Texans' territory like a pipe to Nancy Kerrigan's leg. Oh my God.
And now first down following that long gain.
1st and 10 after a pretty solid gain down at the 27 as the Chargers drop back. Fires a screen pass. Melvin Gordon It's a pretty solid game. So far, their offense is working better than my Giant Master's thesis I had to do at CU Boulder.
So the offensive unit called a TO, and now we are ready to resume play.
2nd and 4.
Big hits in the open field, but sometimes the bend and don't break philosophy works awfully well for a defense. They still have to find a way to score points. As long as you're not giving those up, you're doing just fine.
Second and 4 from the Chargers 21 as they took a timeout. So far, their defense is about as shaky that is Kathleen Hepburn after an all-night bender at Starbucks. God, I love Dennis Miller. Rivers looking around, fires it deep to Melvin Gordon for a monster gain. Sure, Dan Fouts is getting a kick out of this.
So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action.
Defenders never want to blame their teammates, but when you're a secondary player, you need a pass rush. And if they can't get to the quarterback and they have all day to throw the ball, it doesn't matter how well you cover.
As they're in the red, Chargers have really just pushed down to the end, deep into their own territory, like Eric Flowers looking after a big ass piece of cake. As so far, both quarterbacks have had about as good of an aim as two drunkards trying to piss in the toilet on Tuesday morning after a bad hangover after a Monday night game. As Antonio Gates has scored for the touchdown. San Diego up by 13. As the Texans are about as flaccid as... Never mind. Didn't want to go there. Wow. So far, the Cowboys' defense has more holes in it than SpongeBob after a game of lawn darts. As Lambeau puts an extra point on the board, Chargers go up 14-0. Antonio Gates, the always reliable target of Phillip Rivers, who completed that 9-yard reception. Lambeau, who's been doing both punting and kicking duties so far tonight, with only 32 seconds left, getting ready for the kickoff. The Texans really need to put some form of points on this board before the Chargers really start to run away with this game. As Demps takes it to the 27. First and 10 from the Texans 27. Time to see how much coverage the Chargers will put on Lamar Miller. I mean, it's so far been pretty solid. As the Chargers call it another timeout. They have one left. The Texans have two. As they're at the 30.
The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here in this next play.
As the Texans set up shop at the 30. They're going to be looking for a huge bomb to the end zone before this half just to provide some form of momentum. Osweiler with the gun, looking around, fires it deep and strong with a strong catch across midfield and into the Chargers 42 as the Texans call a timeout.
just happened there. But sometimes when you look at the big board and you slow your feet down, keep running. That's why it's caught.
And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gunn alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And we're set to get going.
The Texans set up shop at the 42.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Shotgun formation.
They're in the shotgun. Left side, incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone.
Yeah, I couldn't tell it was intended, but it was Monte Teo on the coverage.
Every angle, and shut the play down.
So 2nd and 10 here.
2nd and 10, 11 seconds. Osweiler trying to go for a pass. Screenshot Lamar Miller. Gain of about 4.
That's a good job by the defense. They gave up a completion, but they got the stop.
Whoa, okay. PA system's getting a little kinky tonight.
Like every day's the same round I'm left to discover.
As going for the field goal here with 6 seconds left. It's a pretty long one from the 36. Surprised they didn't even go for it. Weed place kicker. And that was way short for Novak.
Like everything is
As the Chargers will set up shop at the 45. As Rivers hands it to Gordon, who tried to look for an opening across midfield into the Texans secondary. 2nd down and 3. The first half is over tonight. Let's go ahead and look at some halftime highlights as the Texans are absolutely getting decimated by pretty much everybody on both sides of the ball. As we look at some highlights. If you look at the stats, everything is pretty much swinging the way of San Diego right now. Because the Texans are just playing some ugly, ugly football. Let's see what they can do here in the second half.
And everyone is lined up for the kickoff. And time to see how these two sides
As the ball is up, Mumphrey takes it out from the 1. Trying to get a block. As he gets put down to 22.
And some extra help in the defensive secondary here as they drop into the dime. They'll operate from the gun.
1st and 10. Overthrown and complete. As yikes. So far, the Chargers defense has just literally been like the Great Wall of China. As every win could possibly move themselves into a better wild card standing come playoff time. They're obviously nowhere close to catching the Broncos in the AFC West due to their narrow 17-10 victory over Pittsburgh.
As this game continues, the offensive line has to do a better job of creating space for the running back.
So there you go. 3rd down and 8 pretty interesting spot for the Chargers as Osweiler corks a deep ball. That one nearly was taken away. Incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football, complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Secondary did their job. They hold up passing completion. Here comes the punt.
As the Texans will put another one into the air. This is like their 5th straight punt.
They'll try his luck on the return.
As Herndon will get a pretty solid punt return before getting smacked harder than Nancy Kerrigan's leg.
The offense lining up 1st and 10. Only a 3-step drive. Brings it in. In on the stop, it's Cushing.
As Cushing was there on the stop after Rivers completed a pass in the flat. So far, it's been pretty much tug of war of the game between both of these guys. It was Derek Watt that was there on the catch. How fitting that he has to play his brother tonight. I'm sure it's going to be definitely a fun family reunion, family meeting Tuesday morning when Derek Watt and J.J. Watt meet up.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first.
2nd and 6. Rivers from the gun fires it incomplete. Aims basically straight for his lineman's head.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They tried their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left. Snap comes back out of the shotgun.
As 3rd and 10, Rivers connects with the sure-handed Antonio Gates for 12-yard gain.
And the quarterback able to complete it there to the receiver.
So far, he's just been well back and forth. So far, the Chargers are doing basically oiled along like a new car, and the Texans are operating like a rugged old jalopy right now. Yeah, their defense and offense has just been anemic tonight.
First down and 10 now.
Next week on Sunday Night Football, we travel out to Heinz Field on NBC for the Indianapolis Colts and Pittsburgh Steelers. Those games are almost always barn burners. And next Monday, again, that game will be on ESPN instead of ABC. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will take on the Minnesota excuse me a second. Tampa Bay Buccaneers will take on the Minnesota Vikings on ESPN. ABC will return to Monday Night Football in Week 8 against the San Diego Chargers. With the San Diego Chargers and Denver Broncos in California. That game promises to be a showstopper. Antonio Gates moves to his right. Rivers drops in the gun, looking for a man. He's moving around, dumps it off, incomplete. It was number 91 that was there on the deflection.
In this case, I think he'll take incomplete as opposed to being hit from behind and a fumble results.
Second down and 10, Rivers. That was just a terrible throw in the red zone. I'm really not sure what the offensive coordinator is thinking. He's probably sitting up there in his booth, drunk off of like 15 Jägermeisters. Rivers. Gordon, left side. He got smothered that time. 3rd and goal from at the 4. Third down and goal from the Houston 4. So far, the game that has been the San Diego Chargers show. The Texans really haven't been doing too hot as Rivers threw that one away. As they're probably going to be going to a field goal here. As I step away to go to ESPN Sounds of the Game. Sorry, ABC Sounds of the Game, presented by the new movie Detective Pikachu. Detective Pikachu, rated PG.
Nothing but confidence there. Just strolled out there and knocked it through the post. An easy 3.
In the kickoff team, they all appear set. He's going to bring this one out. Tackled it across the 25 at the 27. So first and 10. Lamar Miller now. A tackle there by Manti-Te'o.
How about the defensive lineman? That's where good run defense begins. With the guys up front. When they hold the line, hold the point of attack, that allows everyone else to get there and make tackles.
Second down, 9 yards to go. The snap from the gun. He's able to bring it in.
As a defender, you're never crazy about a completion, but anything that doesn't result in a first down, you're going to be happy about. The key is to make sure it stays that way all game long. No missed tackles that turn into big plays.
Third down and 5. Set up a screen pass. And he wrangles in the football for a nice grab.
Brandon, that was a good completion there. He read it with zone early on, and he found a hole in the defense.
Complete pass on third down, but short of the marker, so here comes the punt. And just a few yards there on that play.
Not quite sure what the punt returner saw there, but whatever he envisioned, it didn't turn out very well. Probably should have just fair caught that one.
And on first down, takes the snap out of the gun. And it's caught. So a nice chunk of yardage there before he's taken down the ground.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Back on the screen, you see game trends. The Chargers are really pretty much fired on all cylinders tonight, as they are trying to post the second shutout ever seen by the dealt on the Houston Texans. Remember back to week 1 in the rain-soaked slogfest of Tampa. Jameis Winston couldn't really do much of anything in that game against Houston, as it came down to Roberto Aguayo's right foot to give the Texans a 3-0 victory. Since then, it's been ugly for Tampa. At least they have to win. And so far, both Texas football teams are winless. Remember, the Cowboys lost their game yesterday against Seattle. Again, unfortunately, by a field goal. I mean, the Cowboys and the Texans have pieces to be competitive. They just haven't congealed worth a damn. As Melvin Gordon blows through somebody. Looked like J.J. Watt. I saw somebody on defense just drop to the ground. As the Chargers are at midfield. Rivers, left side, Melvin Gordon. Gain of about 4. Cushing was there on the stop. Time to see what the Chargers can do.
Second down and 6. The give to Gordon. Nice play defensively, and it nets a
3rd and 9. So far, Melvin Gordon's had been 8 for 49 in terms of carries today. So, 3rd and 9. Time really starting to become part of the essence for San Diego. See what they do. Is that one almost gets picked off.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Howard was just, wow, that should have been easily picked off by Houston. Possibly could have brought them back in, but nope. Their offense can simply be described as just plain terrible. That's a word for you. As Osweiler takes it to the 24, gives it to Fuller as he gets across the first for a gain of 11.
And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
So, 1st and 10 from the Houston 35. Trying to put some form of points on before the 2-minute warning. As Osweiler tries to go deep. What a catch by Hopkins. Oh, nope, he dropped it. 2nd and 10.
Even incompletions have their place. A beautiful deep attempt. They weren't able to connect, but now the defense has to think about that the rest of the game.
Second down and 10.
2nd and 10.
And the big tight end shifting around.
The tight end goes in motion.
Snap from the gun.
Osweiler looks, screen pass to the tight end. 2-yard gain there. We've hit the 2-minute warning in Houston as we're getting close to midnight here on the East Coast. And to say the least, this game has been terrible. Heads will probably be rolling in Houston. I'm telling you right now, heads will most likely be rolling down in the coaching staff in Houston. Is the next turn I do, the Texans will not be featured. Is he drops the pass.
No matter how great a receiver, eventually a drop's going to result. The best ones in the game, though, don't let it turn into 2 or 3.
And a nickel back on the field for the D. Shotgun formation.
As Osweiler fires it deep, last chance, as that one falls incomplete. And the Chargers get the ball back. At this point,
the key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
The Chargers, all they got to do is just run the clock down.
Getting set on first down. Melvin Gordon now on the ground. In on the stop, it's Cushing.
So now we wait.
Little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. The give to Gordon.
2nd and 11. Gordon, left side. Brought down at the 34 for a gain of 3, which honestly didn't matter that much. So
Keep the clock moving and seal the win.
the clock pretty much is running out and depleting pretty quickly. As 25 seconds left. Woodhead, right side, trying to blow through the secondary for a pretty huge gain as the clock is going to be running out. We've hit 10 seconds. Chargers improved to 3-5 with a rebound win over getting absolutely mauled by the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. As the Texans fall to 0-6, joining the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be it tonight from Houston as the Chargers win 17-0 as the Texans are dealt another shutout. And so far, they're looking like a Division I high school team, to be blunt. Bill O'Brien, obviously very disappointed with how this game has gone, and how this season has gone, to say the least. As next week, the Chargers will be playing, if I can pull it up. Well, we know the Texans will be hosting the Broncos next week in the early game on CBS. Gus Johnson is confirmed to call that game. As we look at some primetime highlights here on ABC. Next week, Monday Night Football moves to ESPN for Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Minnesota Vikings. Another indoor Monday Night Football game, first Monday in October. Everything tonight was pretty much dominated by the Chargers as Osweiler makes the depressing trudge to the locker room. As final score tonight from Houston, San Diego Chargers 17, Houston Texans 0. Again, the Houston Texans will be here next week to host the Denver Broncos. As meanwhile, so the Texans Broncos game will be on CBS. The Chargers next week will be hosting if I can pull it up, New York Giants out in San Diego as they go home to face a red-hot NFC team who is looking to make a case for the NFC East, which they're pretty much running away with it at this point. That game will kick off at 3:30 on CBS. So from Houston tonight, this is ABC Sports and Monday Night Football. Next week, we're on ESPN. Music tonight is provided by Foo Fighters, and everything else I pretty much pulled out of a hat. Enjoy some Foo Fighters.